it's currently 11:30 on a Wednesday, a nice sunny Wednesday. And today I just wanted to vlog because I haven't vlogged in I haven't even made like a YouTube video at all in a really long time. So I wanted to make a YouTube video and take you guys along on my day. It's gonna be a pretty chill day. I want to work on, finish up this packaging project I've been doing with my Cricut. So I've kind of been putting that off because my Cricut is it's pretty hard to figure out how to do things that are not standard things on it. So embossing and foiling and things like that. It's pretty confusing. So I'm gonna do that today. I also want to start a new packaging design project because a lot of you guys ask you want to see the whole creative process. So I might split this vlog into a few parts, showing you a more in-depth process of that. I'm thinking of maybe doing a hot sauce brand. I feel like that would be fun. Okay, I've just repositioned the camera because I feel like it was not focusing properly. But yeah, I've got a few fun things on the agenda. Recently I got my hair cut. I originally had blonde hair and extensions, and then I kind of was over the extensions, and so I got my hair cut to here, and then I got some layers and things like that. And then I cut it again even more, but I feel I'm not sure if she did, I don't think she did a very good job. She added layers because I kind of wanted that 90s blowout look, but honestly, when I don't put rollers in my hair, it looks like I have a straight up wolf cut because the layers are just so choppy and it looks so bad, and the shortest layers are so short that there's nothing I can really do to even fix the haircut at this point. I just have to wait for it to grow out. So now I'm kind of do I want to get extensions again? I kind of do want to get extensions, but again, it's got so many layers now and I feel that probably wouldn't work with extensions, but I don't know. I'll show you the back. It looks fine, I feel with the rollers because it's got the roundness, but when it doesn't have the rollers, it just looks so choppy. So I don't know. Also, I was looking at this box, and can anyone tell me why is everything on Amazon so poorly designed? I don't know if a lot of these products that you buy on Amazon are drop shipping products where they buy it off of AliExpress and maybe resell it and have to make their own. I think that's what's happening. I think they're buying it off AliExpress and stuff, then reselling it on Amazon a drop shipping situation, but they're oh, we need packaging. And then this is what results. The instructions never make, and it's not just the hair rollers. I swear I'll buy anything on Amazon that's random stuff like this, and the packaging is just so weird. It makes no sense. Grammatically, there's issues. Look at the hierarchy. What is going on here? There's 10 different font sizes here. I don't know what's going on. Somebody posted on Instagram a while back, and they were talking about DALL-E and how let me find the post. I don't even remember the account, but they were basically bashing using DALL-E, which is AI image generation. If you don't know, they were bashing using it in your creative process. And I thought it was kind of an interesting topic because a lot of people were disagreeing and saying no, it should be fine. And I kind of agree. Initially I was oh, I feel it is bad for artists, but then when you think about it more in the ways that you can actually use it, because a lot of people obviously freak out naturally when there's new technologies. I was thinking about when the camera came out, for example, and all painters were freaking out about the camera, and they're oh my gosh, you're gonna take our craft away and devalue it. Nobody's gonna painters anymore, and all you do is click this little machine and then it creates your image. It's such a cop-out. And of course now painters respect photographers, photographers respect painters. They can both exist in the same space, but as two separate crafts. I feel also with DALL-E, however you say it, I feel that's part of the creative process as well. I've used it for collage art, and I'll ask it to generate something that I just can't find online, an image of a flower, flash photography with a neon blue background, white if you can't find that on Google Image or a free stock site, and you just use DALL-E instead, and then you use it in collage art, you liquefy it, distort it, all of that, and it's just a tiny piece of your whole composition. I feel that's a super good tool because I wouldn't have been able to find that image otherwise. It's just a small aspect of the overall composition, and it's just a small aspect of the whole creative process as well. So I feel like it's a super helpful tool in that sense. Some other people were saying like you can use it to generate reference images. So say you wanted to see a pose of a bear playing a violin. Like I guarantee you're not going to be able to find that on Google, but if you ask DALL-E to generate a pose of like a hyper-realistic bear holding a violin, and then you use that as a reference image to make an illustration, like obviously completely in your style, it's completely changed, but you just needed to see that pose because a lot of artists naturally need to see poses when they create their art, but you can't find that online. So it's like, well, what do I do? And with DALL-E, I feel like that's the perfect solution, you know? So I don't know, I feel like people are a little bit closed-minded to what the potential can be, and obviously like, and they'll say, oh, that's not art if you're using it, like it's not art. And it's like, who are you to decide what is and what isn't art? Like they would be the type of person who back in the day when the camera was created, they would be like, oh, that's not art, photography is not art. And nowadays obviously everyone widely accepts photography as art because it is an art. I think it seems unfair to cherry pick who can and can't be an artist because of what tools they use. Like who are you to say who is and who isn't an artist just because of the tools that they use? So I don't know, it's interesting to see like where that will take us in the future, but I don't know, I think it's good to be cautious and skeptical, but I also think like be open to it as well, because I think the people who are bashing it are the people who are quite closed-minded as to what its potential really is. So I'm thinking of hanging up a little gallery wall up here. I've been meaning to do it for a while now. Originally I had 2 prints up here that I moved over here, as you can see, because I just felt like they had been up there for a while and I just wanted to change it up and have some different art up here. So I've got all the prints here, and I was going to, hello Winston. Hi Winston. You've never been in the vlog before, huh? We went from having no cats to 3 cats in the span of like a year, I think. But that's Winston. But yeah, I'm gonna try to hang this all up myself. I was going to have Jeff helped me hang it up, but I want to like make a reel out of it hanging it up, and I need the sunlight, and when he gets home it's gonna be dark, so I'm just gonna film it now and I'm just gonna hope that it all fits okay, so we'll see how it goes. Hey bud. I'm also gonna tidy my desk a little because as I said, I'm filming a reel. I wish it was sunny though. I feel like reels just look so much nicer. Like I want to make like a little aesthetic like 10-second reel max where it's just like me assembling the gallery wall, but I wanted like the sun to be shining on the wall and have it be like nice and aesthetic, but it's just been kind of gloomy lately and I just want to get this hung up. So we're gonna do it now. I made a little mood board for my gallery wall because I didn't want it to be like completely random. I wanted it to be very intentional, just because I don't know how people make gallery walls and just like it looks effortlessly good, because for me it would be a little bit chaotic if I did that. So originally I just planned it in Illustrator and just screenshotted the prints before I actually bought them just to see how it would look all together. This was like a placeholder one. And then I took a photo of my room and then brought it into Photoshop just to like get a better idea of how it would actually look in my room. And it's like to scale as well. So hopefully, honestly, I really should sketch it all out with a pencil and make sure that it all looks okay. But I really don't want to do that. I don't have the patience for that. So we're just gonna eyeball it. Is this not like the cutest thing ever? I'm so happy with how it turned out. The one thing I will say is I feel like maybe there's too many reds and pinky hues. Like I wish there was a little bit more blue. I did try to take that into account. I don't know, like I didn't like this corner up here especially. This whole side, it's kind of got pinky, like warm tones. And then these ones, the small little risographs, I wasn't really sure what to do with those because I felt like, to me, they seemed too small to have a frame. But then when I was thinking about it, I was like, I should have just gotten a really large frame with a large mat and like have them be more of like this statement piece with like a lot of negative space around it. I feel like that would have elevated them as opposed to me just like sticking them on the wall. But it's too late now. Overall, I'm pretty proud. I feel like the level worked out great. Like I was so confident that I'd have some crooked stuff, but I feel like it all turned out pretty good. Pretty similar. Here's the inspo pit. This one was just a placeholder. This one I actually designed myself because I just wanted like some more white space, because these all were like kind of like full flood gradients or like bold colors. So these two really are the only ones that had white space. So I made this one specifically for this style of gallery wall. I just put some flowers together so that it would kind of break up everything. But yeah. Hi baby. Oh, you're purring. So cute. So I just got out of a meeting with a client. I think it went well. Sometimes it's hard to gauge like if it went well or not, but I feel like it went well. I was just presenting mood boards to them. It's for like a branding project. And it's just like we're kind of in the first stages right now presenting mood boards. I've still got a few more things to do today. I really want to work on that hot sauce brand like I mentioned earlier, so I think I've got to design the die line first. So I'll probably design that here because I need to like do measurements and stuff like that, so I'll probably do that first, and then once I've got like the die line somewhat ready, I think I'm gonna go to a cafe and get some work done on that. I've also got to do my taxes, which I feel like it's just long overdue, and I've been waiting on Etsy. Of course I've been waiting on Etsy. I swear with Etsy it's like one thing after another. There's such like, for me at least, it's like such a nightmare to deal with them. I've been asking them since like January 30th for my not my W-2 form, my 1099 form. Anyway, I don't know. Long story short, they like said they sent it to me, but it never came through. It was just such a nightmare, and I finally got it from them after I probably had like 10 phone calls with them. Each phone call lasting a good at least 45 minutes to an hour. And it's just been such a process, but I finally got my 1099 form, so I need to like hustle and get my taxes done. So I forgot to film an outro, but I just wanted to say bye, and I wanted to say, if you're curious as to how I make my die lines, I'll be making a video like hopefully in a week's time for part 2 of the hot sauce brand, and I'll walk you through a bit more on like how I make the die lines and things like that, because I realized it wasn't like super clear in this video. So maybe I'll do like a more step-by-step type of thing, but it is like a lot of trial and error. Like here I don't really know what I'm doing. Like I'm just trying it to see if everything even works. But yeah, I'll make a step-by-step in the next vlog. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.